Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy. I'm back. It's episode 7. I got one of my best friends in the whole world with me today. My boy Trey is here. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's good? Appreciate you having me out here, man. We don't see each other enough. You know, we live right
I know.
the street.
I know. I need to do better.
We don't see each other enough, but it's good. I'm glad he invited me out here, so I'm going to have a good time.
Good, man. So before we get into what I want to talk about, just give the people a little bit of history about, us and how long we known each other and everything.
Man, so me and Nigel go back probably, 7th, 8th grade?
8th grade.
8th grade. Yeah. Went to the same middle school together.
Shout out Autry Middle School.
I know, right? So went to the same school, played football together growing up. Nigel used to be the class clown, trying to always injure me even more than I was already injured.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's not true at all.
Pie me in the face with a bowl of spaghetti because he's a jerk. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, I went to middle school. His friends became my friends, and my friends became his friends. We went to college together. We were roommates in college. Mm-hmm. Got plenty of stories just from 1 year of college together. Because
for real, that's like the best time ever.
I know, right? It's the best time we speak about as far as all the exciting stuff we did in literally 2 semesters of college. Facts. And then we both went separate ways. We always kept in contact. Yeah. And it really just goes to show all our friends. We've all been cool like 20 plus years. So known each other more than half our lives. So that's just a testament to how strong our bond is.
Yeah,
so,
true friendship.
Exactly. So
I think one of my favorite things about our group of friends and like our core group of friends is it's never any extra bullshit, right? So it's never like social media bullshit or he said, she said bullshit. And none of us need to talk every single day. We all can pick up just like that out of nowhere. I think that's one of my favorite things about our friendship. So I appreciate
we definitely pick off where we left off. And also, I mean, because we challenge each other on stuff. Like even though everybody says I'm the mean one in the group, I think it's Nigel, honestly. But I listen, I'm the asshole.
I'm not mean at all.
But they also hold me to a certain standard where they expect me to do certain things or handle certain things or challenge certain things when certain things happen. So
that's a lot of certain things.
Exactly. I'll be that guy. Those certain things can't be spoke of,
Not in this format.
Exactly.
We can't talk about.
But if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. You was at Georgia Southern 2004, 2003, 2004. Yeah. If you know, you know.
I mean, but even going from that, if my other homeboy was here, he'd tell you all kind of stuff. Shout out to Jensen.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jensen. Yeah, it's Jensen's birthday.
Man.
I don't know if I'm ready to ever have Jensen on the podcast. I don't know
Jensen
about
got
that.
all the stories.
Yeah, that's why I don't think I'm ready to have him on here.
You got to be an uncensored version. You can't tell Jensen's story without having it uncensored.
Yeah. We can't. I don't know about Jensen.
He keep us young.
Yes, he does. Keeps all of us on our toes. So we've been friends for a long time. So it's really special to me. It means a lot to me to have Trey over. But what I wanted to talk about today was all the Antonio Brown fuckery. Some NFL fuckery, because we was talking about it earlier. Me personally, I don't like the Antonio Brown personality, the media persona. I don't like anything about it. And like I told Trey earlier, anytime a black man dyes anything on his body blonde, you can't trust him, and I'm not fucking with him. Like, I don't appreciate. If you came in here right now with a blonde beard, I'd be like, bro, I don't know if we could do this today, man.
I mean, but that's that friendship. You can challenge it, but you ain't going nowhere. You ain't gonna leave me talking about. But I mean, to me, Antonio, you got to talk about it in two sections, right, or two different kind of aspects. You got to talk about the Raiders side of it first, right? So from the outside looking in, he's looking crazy. Mm-hmm. First of all, starts off with a helmet. Mm-hmm. Then they get to the end of the helmet issue. Then it's something else. Yep. It's like, man, he's really making all of us look bad. Like, he's going out there showing his ass to everybody, and it's like it's not helping It's not helping the team out. It's not helping him out because it's like, man, I'm wondering if we ever see him on the field again, right? Yeah. And then news breaks, and it's funny because my homeboy, shout out to Sam Duperville, man, he up there shouted out that it's going to be a perfect situation if the Patriots end up lining up all things and they pick him up when he gets cut from the Raiders.
That's a damn shame.
And I didn't think nothing of it. And sure enough, he got the news broke 19 minutes after he got released that he had been signed by the Patriots. I said, ain't this some stuff, man? The Patriots, the rich get richer. Like,
so do you think Bill Belichick will be able to get him in check? You think he'll
I
be able
think
to?
Bill Belichick he masterminded the whole thing. I
Really?
think
Okay.
Bill Belichick's behind it all.
Okay.
You want to know how to get out of your contract? This is what you do. You become a character issue, right? That's what the NFL is really big about. They big about character issues, especially with black players, right? We're not going to talk about what the white players do because we all know what they do. But black players, you become a character issue, become a problem, then they get rid of you, right?
Exactly.
So Bill Belichick, knowing that, was like, hey, he gives him a call. You need to do this, this, and this
to get out of that.
Threaten the GM, right?
Call somebody a cracker, and I got your back.
Sure enough, they're going to cut you because they can't have that. They can't have that in their locker room.
Okay.
And then you see the reactionary video from Antonio Brown, and he's excited. He's jumping in the pool and everything like that. Calls his grandmother talking about he's free. And now it's like when Corey Dillon left the Bengals, right? Corey Dillon was a locker room issue. He had a character issue. Then he goes and wins the Super Bowl with the Patriots the next year. And he was still in his prime. Great running back, carried the Bengals on his back, and then next you know, he's winning the Super Bowl with the Patriots. So
yeah, I mean, I think their offense will definitely be exciting. Like last NFL season, I didn't really watch it all too much. I wasn't really intrigued by it. There was no storyline to me that was like exciting. There's no players to me that I was like, man, I'm really rooting for that one particular player. But I think now I might want to see some of these games and see how they destroy people. Because how the hell you gonna cover all them people?
Yeah, and people forget like they reinstated Josh Gordon, right?
Yep.
So that's who I was intrigued to see last year, and then he had his mental thing and he left, and I respect him for that, you know.
Yeah, take the time, take care of yourself.
Back now, and then you got Antonio Brown.
Yep.
You got the most dominant slot receiver in
Sam Edelman. Yep.
And then you got Josh Gordon who can fly up.
But
and
then
down
what's the guy? Sony
Michel at running back.
Yeah.
And he can catch out the backfield. He can run the ball.
I saw a post today that said they should just go 4 wide.
Like straight up.
Because who's gonna stop him? Who got
there's
4 DBs that can stop
There's
him?
no linebacker who can line up with Sony Michel. All right. You got 2 blazing fast receivers, and Antonio Brown can run every route in the route tree. I mean, so can Josh Gordon. He just mentally he got to be there, right?
Yeah,
and I think hopefully this season we'll see all of Josh Gordon because he's easily can do 1,300 yards. Like, and imagine both of them trying to fight over the ball. And the thing with Antonio Brown is I feel like, you know, people used to get on Terrell Owens and Randy Moss and all that.
Yeah, we'll
right?
talk about that here in a minute.
But it's like those type of players, you know, they can offer so much to your team, and the only time you see them upset is when the team is losing. So they know how much
passion.
they can offer to the team.
Exactly. So they want to be able to do it.
how much they can impact the game. You know? So we'll see what happens with that, man. I hope it works out because I'd like to see it. That's the first time you've seen that many black receivers on the Patriots. Right? So I'm excited.
They're gonna be killing it. And I'm not even a Patriots fan, but I respect what they do. I respect Bill Belichick. I respect Tom Brady. Like Bill Belichick might be the best coach of all time.
Yeah, he definitely.
Like I'm talking like all sports.
Like, you know, you got. I mean, because he can. The reason I love him as a coach because we love Tom Brady, but every time Tom Brady goes down, the backup is just as good.
It's just as good because it's the system and it's the culture.
Exactly, it's like
the environment.
when the Broncos was able to run the ball for 20 years and nobody was ever stopping. Like any running back they put in there, they had 1,200 to 1,500 yards every season.
Yep,
and there were no running backs like. You know, Terrell Davis started that whole thing off, and next you know you got Clinton Portis, you got a whole bunch of no-name running backs still having great rushing seasons. So it's kind of like that kind of whole setup, that system that Mike Shanahan put in. It was just unbelievable. So.
Yeah. So with the Antonio Brown stuff, I saw on Twitter and other places on social media that people were comparing Antonio Brown to Randy Moss and Terrell Owens. Now, for me, T.O. is my favorite receiver of all time. Like, T.O. is the man to me. I'll never forget him in the Cowboy Stadium running and doing all that.
Don't do that.
So disrespectful.
Don't do that.
And I loved it.
I was born right up the street from the
love
new
that.
stadium, so it hurts my feelings a little bit.
That dude has always been a physical specimen. He could probably play in the NFL right now. Him and Chad Johnson.
He definitely stays in shape, so he can definitely get out there.
So here's the thing. I don't understand how people could compare somebody like an Antonio Brown to a Randy Moss or a T.O. when, number one, his career just hasn't even been as long, right? Yeah. So to me, that's like somebody comparing like hip hop people. Like if you just came out, I can't compare you to like all-time great with a long catalog. So I pulled up the stats. All right, so let's look at this. So Antonio Brown career, 130 games, 837 catches for 11,000 yards, 74 touchdowns, right? Which is a really, really, really good stat sheet, right? 837 catches, 11,000 yards. So let's just put this shit in perspective real quick. So Randy Moss, however, 218 games, 982 catches, 15,000 yards, 15.6 yards catch, I guess, and 156 touchdowns. Come on, there's no comparison. We get to T.O., 219 games, 1,078 catches for almost 16,000 yards, 153 touchdowns. I don't see how anybody's making that comparison. 830 catches to 1,000.
Yeah, and actually, I thought there was more games between them, but there's really, I mean, there is a lot of games, 215 versus 130.
Yeah.
If you string that out, I mean, they're pretty similar stat lines, right?
Yeah, so I could see somebody saying like when he gets to that 200 game range, is he gonna surpass that? But right now, he's not there.
Yeah, and the way the NFL is, he could be here today and gone tomorrow. So
Exactly.
There's a lot to say about longevity in the NFL too.
Yeah.
So
also, I feel like these guys played when it was. I think it's tougher. I think it was tougher for receivers when they played.
Yeah, they're on run. It was more of a run-heavy offense first. I mean, but Randy Moss and T.O. both played on like that fun and gun type of offense.
Yeah.
So that's what set them apart. I mean, Randy Moss, he didn't really have a true quarterback except for a long ball. And
true.
Culpepper.
True.
So it wasn't like he could run those short routes and things like that. Whereas T.O. had to run every route on the route tree because he had like,
and that's where you get the almost 100 more catches.
Yeah, Steve Young and Tony Romo. Those are some good quarterbacks. So. But Randy Moss, I mean, every route he ran until he got to the Patriots was a go route.
Yeah, for real, it really was just boom,
and
throw it all the way down there.
Shout out to Randy Moss. That's where everybody was mossing him at. It was at.
Yeah.
He's just going to burn down the field. I remember the play when he was running the Patriots versus the Jets, and it was Darrell Revis was guarding him. Back when Revis Island was
Revis Island, yeah.
And he ran back-to-back go routes. The first one was a flag. He ran the same route again and burned him.
Couldn't stop him.
I said, this is amazing. And I was like saying, the Patriots, that was towards the end of his career. So
yeah, I wonder if the better comparison would be more Antonio Brown and like a Chad Johnson.
I mean,
let's look him up.
Yeah,
let's look up
Ocho
Cinco.
Like Chad Johnson.
I like Chad.
And Chad Johnson, he played in a smaller market too. I think what helped out his career was playing against like bigger teams like the Ravens, going up against them all the time. And they were relevant for a few years when he was playing there. So
Chad to Antonio Brown is a way better comparison. You got 166 games, 766 catches, 11,000 yards, 67 touchdowns.
But I mean, at the same time, it's like numbers wise, yeah, you can compare them right now, but Antonio Brown still
playing.
Yeah, still playing.
So he's going to surpass that.
That was the end of Chad Johnson's career. Could he have played more? Absolutely.
True.
But that's the end of his stat line. So who's to say what? I mean, he could have put in another 5 or 6 years in the shape he stays in, even though he eats McDonald's every single day.
Yeah, that dude he's another
McDonald's
physical
should be
freak.
cutting all kind of checks to Chad Johnson.
Man, that dude's social media
like,
accounts
don't eat
is
that
crazy.
trash, and Chad Johnson like, I eat whatever I want to.
For real, and
Shout
still
out to
performs.
this McDouble.
So
before I run 2 miles.
Let me ask you this: why the hell isn't Chad Johnson, or didn't he play longer?
He came out in the time with the character issues, but also he was in that same situation Antonio Brown was, right? He became a nuisance in the locker room, got cut from the team, and then ended up at the Patriots. Patriots
he did play for the Patriots, didn't he?
Went to the Patriots. And if you can't make it on the Patriots, there's no way you're gonna play in the league, right? That's the best system you can ever ask to hope to play for.
Yeah.
So if you can't be coached by Bill Belichick and that crew, who's gonna want to pick you up? Like no matter how athletically gifted you are, nobody's gonna want to pick that up. Like Randy Moss, he was there 3 years. Then they traded him to Minnesota, right mid-season, just Minnesota. Then he got traded to Tennessee. So it's like
Minnesota, the Raiders, New England, Tennessee, and the 49ers.
Yeah. So and the 49ers, he was right before he got to the Patriots. He was the 49ers. He still was having good years.
Yeah.
And so when he got traded, he had 3 successful years with the Patriots. And then he said one thing, not necessarily becoming a character issue or anything like. He just said one thing.
I don't even remember what happened to Randy.
He was just saying that he feels like people in the organization don't want to see him succeed.
Oh,
and I don't even know if it was on the field succeed or off the field with endorsements and things like that.
That'll do it.
And in that organization, you can't say anything negative about it or they'll get rid of you. And like I said, I think Tom Brady came out and said, man, Randy knows how we feel about it. It's nothing personal. It's just that's what the business is. But he, like I said, because he had them 3 successful years, he still was coachable, right?
Yeah.
And they knew what he could do, so why not bring him back to Minnesota and everything? It just, by then, though, he was like, I've played for this great organization, and he's at the press conference like, hey, man, I try to tell y'all what to do or whatever. I just played with these guys. Y'all need to do like them. And that doesn't look good for your new team when you're talking about how great the old team was.
True.
So that's what got him cut on that. But like I said, Randy Moss, I mean, he went out. The only thing with Randy Moss was you never – I wouldn't say you never knew what you were going to get because I feel like that was overhyped that he was kind of a selfish player.
Yeah,
and I don't think he was. I think he got frustrated easily with his team and it's like, you know what, I'm not going to put in all this effort.
I don't think the character issues with Moss or Owens were as bad as they were making them out to be.
Oh yeah, and that
they just blew that shit way up
at the height of that whole character issue thing, and it was like neither one of them got in trouble off the field. Nothing like that. It was always stuff.
No scandals, no beating their girlfriends or wives.
Exactly, it's always stuff that should have been handled in the locker room, but it made it to the press conference and stuff like that. But it was more like talking. It's like you just got out of a game, you're still amped up, and you still got feelings about it, and then you go and face the press right away, and you still have these emotions built up, and you don't have time to set them out, so you are settled down, so you just let them go right away, and that's kind of what got both of us caught up. Because you see, on Terrell Owens' side, he's on both ends of the spectrum, right? He can love your team and be just compassionate about the love he has for your team, or he can hate your team and be just compassionate about it, right? He's crying about his quarterback, Tony Romo. That's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback. Or he can say, hey, man, he wasn't in shape. I don't know about y'all. I was in shape.
Yeah.
I missed 11 games with this broken ankle, and I was still ready to play. He can talk about how he was tired, but I wasn't tired.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the double-edged sword with him. You never know. But I think all three of them, I think, are great. Terrell Owens, I'd say he's probably my favorite out of the three, too, because I always respected his competitiveness, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, that's not to say that the other ones weren't
Aren't
competitive.
competitive, but yeah. It's
I
just
knew,
something about T.O.
Like, I knew I was going to get the best wide receiver, the best blocker off the ball. Like, he just had all of it, whereas Randy Moss, he was smart, right? His IQ was really great, so he knew how to he made everything look so easy, but he also knew how to read the defense, things like that. He doesn't get credit for that. Yeah. Like how smart he was, how he could read the game, how he knew when to do his screens and stuff like that. But his athleticism outshined some of his intelligence, and that's what I feel with Randy
Do you
Moss.
think Antonio Brown will be Hall of Fame?
If he can make it work with Patriots, he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Like, there's
2-3
no
rings
question
with them.
about it. Not even 2 or 3 wins. If he just stays there 3 years, his stats will put him in the Hall of Fame.
I just realized, looking at that webpage, I just realized Chad Johnson is not Hall of Fame. I don't even know if he's eligible yet.
He should be eligible. I think he came out before Ray Lewis did.
Damn.
So it's just
Chad. What Chad? What'd you do, man? Who'd you piss off?
Exactly.
I need to know from Chad Johnson. Who did you make upset?
It's like T.O. though. T.O. been looked over like 3 times.
But he's in there now.
He just got in there. Though.
True.
But he should have been there.
True.
He saw his numbers. Like that's ridiculous.
True.
1,000 catches.
Can't be making these
people
owners
don't even
upset.
play long enough to make 1,000 catches. He made over 1,000 catches.
That's crazy. All right, so another thing I want to talk about and bring up, obviously, since NFL is starting, is the Cleveland Browns.
Man, they look really excited on paper, man. They're excited off the field.
I like the energy.
I don't know what they're going to do on the field. I mean, they definitely should win a couple games with all the stuff they got. People, they kind of discredit them because they've been the Browns for so long. But, I mean, look at the Saints. The Saints were the bag Saints and the Aints.
They still kind of are the Aints.
Only because you grew up in Atlanta, but still, I mean, the Saints are a great team. They're a great organization now. Like, so eventually, something's got to give. Somebody else has got to be that bad team.
Well, I mean,
like the Colts.
like I said, for real, it definitely will be the Colts. Like I said, ever since I saw Baker Mayfield stand up and chug that beer, I was like, I'm fucking with that kid. I like that kid a lot. I like his energy. He like to have fun. He be dancing. Like, I'm feeling all of that. That's the kind of stuff that I want to see in the NFL. I want to see overall entertainment. I want to see, and the Browns intrigue me because, like you said, they've always been like the shitty team. And now they got some pretty good players. They got some good energy flowing. So I'm excited to see. And for Cleveland as a whole, like I hope that works out for them because, yeah, they've been trash.
They've been garbage for a long time. But you know what's helping them is the division they're in, man.
Yeah.
The division, I think they can actually come out of there as the best team in the division. They may not win every single game, but I think they have enough to win that division. Because there's just too much with the other teams in the division. There's just too much uncertainty. What if, this doesn't, if certain players are missing or whatever, like they have a lot of stuff going their way already to where they can actually pull out the division. Will they go to Super Bowl?
Probably not.
Think so.
Probably not.
I'm not gonna say absolutely not, but I don't think so. I don't think they got enough to go to.
But
the
that
Super
would be
Bowl.
dope, man. That would be real dope.
Definitely got enough to win that division over there. And Baker Mayfield, I mean, unlike the last quarterback they had, he actually is really talented. It seems like he's more of a student of the game than people give him credit for because of the off the field antics and stuff like that. But he definitely knows what he's doing. He definitely knows how to read the defense.
And they got OBJ now.
Yeah, they do got OBJ. And OBJ, I don't think anybody's ever questioned his work ethic on the field.
Nah.
So, I mean.
But he is another brother that has dyed parts of him blonde, so I'm not really fucking with that.
They have questioned his antics on the field, but they never questioned how hard he works.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a good thing. They got a good running stable out there with Chubb and Nick Chubb on the line. So. Yeah. It's going to be a nice, exciting season for the Browns, man. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I want to watch this. It's stuff like that, and even with the Antonio Brown thing, even though I don't like him, it's those kind of things that I think will loop me back in. I think I was talking to somebody about it, and I was telling them that last season I didn't really watch the NFL that much, and they looked at me like, "Oh, are you upset because of the kneeling thing?" Like they were looking at me like it was a political thing, and I had to I could read it and be like, I'm not watching the NFL because of police brutality and all that and what they done to Cap. Like, I mean, yeah, that shit sucks. But it's been boring to me.
Yeah.
And I really, really, really am not a fan of you running down the field and you get bumped and then you start looking for the flag. Like, I'm not feeling that. Yeah. That might just be my age, but that shit that's bitch assness to me.
I feel you. I played defense, so I mean, I haven't watched football. I haven't sat down and watched football games in an extremely long time, and it's more or less because, I mean, all that stuff going on. Yeah, that helped keep me away from the NFL.
Yeah, it definitely is a factor.
But I'll watch a college football game. Yeah. It's just the NFL I don't really care too much for, and it's more because of all the rules that are geared towards the offense. Like I miss the big hits.
Yeah.
I remember the one Madden game where they came out and it was like Ray Lewis on the cover, so you knew it was going to be a defensive game. Like I love that. So that's what I miss most about it, man. I wish they took it back. Just took a couple of these calls they're giving the offense now. That kind of it speeds up the game, but it also puts up points. And it's like if I want to watch a college game at the pro level, I just watch a college game. Like I don't need to watch. I don't watch Saturday and they put up 150 points between the two teams and then go on Sunday and see the same thing.
Yeah. Like, you said something to me that just kind of clicked with me, and maybe that's kind of what it is. Like, I always will lean more towards defensive football.
Yeah.
I like tackling. I like form tackling. I like big hits. I like interceptions. I like the defensive side of it. And the whole defensive side of the NFL has been neutered. Yeah. And it's been broken down. And maybe really that's what it is. Maybe at the core, that's why I haven't really been watching it, because like I watched a little bit early last season. And like you said, there was a couple hits where it's a clean hit. Yeah. You're not going for the head. Your head is on the right side or whatever, and then they still call a 15-yard penalty on that.
Exactly.
That's crazy to me. Like it's football,
and it's like sometimes they still make the play. Like he got hit hard after he caught the ball, and then they add on another 15 yards, so it turns into a 45-yard play.
That's insane.
And it's like you can't even play defense no more. You might as well just put flags on.
Exactly. I get going for the head and all that, but like, I want to see somebody get laid out.
Yeah, I want to see them separated from the ball.
Exactly.
And the play keeps going. Like I don't want to see the play end because he dropped the ball on a catchable play. Like
it used to be, you would watch a football game and somebody would go across the middle and somebody like a Ray Lewis or whoever, right, would come down and boom, and then you see the ball pop up and everybody would cheer and everybody would be like, oh. Now it's like, the defensive player gets up so scary, and it's like, is it a penalty? Am I in trouble? And it's like
he's looking at the big screen like, please don't throw the flag. You see it, man.
Ah, they threw the flag, and it takes everything out of that shit. Like
all the excitement out of it. But you know what's funny is the NFL is trying to censor themselves and make themselves less violent of a game. But then you watch TV and you see more violence
way more
than
violence
you've ever seen in your life. You can see, like, what you call it, Nipsey Hussle, right? You see his whole murder get played out.
For real.
And it's circulated.
And it's real.
Over and over again.
And that's real.
Like, and that thing went viral. But
Yeah.
I can't see somebody get hit. I can't see somebody coming across the middle getting hit on the NFL team.
Yep. Full pads, everything. I've seen people be killed by police, like on my phone.
Yeah, and they're not even censoring no more. It's such a common thing, and we're all so numb to it. Like, it doesn't even get a reaction out of me. I'm so used to seeing it. It's just another day.
Exactly. So that's why.
But then you get people like the Saints who get mad about a missed call, and they go throw a petition about it. Like, you throw a whole petition about one call, and it forces the whole NFL to change the way they're playing or how they're calling games because of one call.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it should have always been, I thought the thought process should have always been, you can't let it come down to one play.
Exactly.
Right?
Like, because
isn't that what we were taught
all the time? Like, you can't if it's that close of a game and one play determine it, you were meant to lose that game.
Yeah, or you weren't doing what you were supposed to be doing leading up to that one play.
Exactly.
If you had made other plays, if you had done what you were supposed to do before then, that one play wouldn't have mattered.
It never should come down to one play.
Exactly. So when I see that kind of stuff, I'm like, man,
and,
come on.
I play defense, and I know that. Like, if I made a stop in the first half, wouldn't be an issue, right? Perfect example. We played McEachern, right? My senior year, we finally beat McEachern, and it was like it was 2 or 3 plays that decided the whole game. But it was like we went into overtime, and it was I guess I had the first 2 tackles for loss, and then Vontae comes out there and has a big loss for a tackle. Shout out to my strong sideline guy, Vontae, because I coached with him at Ackworth for a second. But he had that big tackle for a loss, right? Changed the whole momentum of the defense, carried the offense into that overtime, and we were able to pull that victory out.
Yeah.
But it was those 3 plays consecutively made that, because they had to basically, it was we were in double overtime, and they had to win by penetration. So they had drove all the way down the field, and then when that red zone defense got out there, none of that, everything shut down, right?
I remember that. I don't remember the game too much because I think I was running around.
Yeah, there's video of you on the sideline.
I think I was just
He was a photographer then, right? He gave up his cleats and started being a photographer and everything for the newspaper. But you could see Nigel on the sideline running and cheering with the camera like
I was
this.
just hyped. I wasn't taking no pictures. I wasn't taking no notes. I wasn't doing nothing. I was like,
Then Bus came in there and he walked in the end zone, and that was it, man.
Yeah, that was a good ass time.
Like I said, it was multiple plays that decided that game. Like, we were both battling or whatever. I mean, McEachern, they brought it to us. That was always a game that you knew you were gonna feel it the next day. McEachern could always hit.
Yeah.
So, and there are some plays. You watch the game now, and our quarterback, shout out to Adam Pumphrey, right? Got lit up, man.
Pump.
He got lit up like
I think I remember
3
that.
or 4 times in the game. And it was like the worst hits you've ever seen in high school football history. Like,
no, the worst hit I ever saw in high school was when we was younger. I think we would have been freshmen or sophomores, and it was Murphy. Chris Murphy, was that his name?
Yeah.
Chris Murphy. I think he was playing free safety.
Yeah.
And who were we playing? Monroe? Somewhere, but it was somewhere far. I remember we had to go. And I remember their tight end. Because remember they had that super tall tight end?
Pepperell had a 7-foot tight end.
Big old tight end. Ran a post. And I just remember Murphy came down and obliterated that guy. I remember watching on the sideline.
What's funny is Murphy's like 6'3". Like,
yeah,
and he looked like a kid because he was like, dude was 6'11".
Like, I feel